Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to my Kingdom Hearts 3 data fight guides all set to critical mode, and today, guys, we've taken care of all other 12 data fights within this entire series, and now it's time for the big baddie himself, Master Xehanort. Don't worry, this isn't the last video in the series. We still have to cover Yozora and also a couple of peripheral videos here and there, but without further ado, let's just get into it. Master Xehanort is going to start off the fight as he did within the base game with his Meteor Attack. However, he's going to throw in a couple of unblockable lasers throughout in order to try and mix you up a bit. The key to getting through this move successfully and consistently is all about your positioning. You want to be close enough to Master Xehanort when he's starting up the move that you're able to block the meteors and also roll out of the way of the incoming unblockable lasers. Positioning yourself incorrectly here will allow you to block all the meteor strikes. However, you will be susceptible to the end lag of your guard and be unable to roll out of the way of the incoming lasers if you're positioned poorly. To avoid this worst outcome, what I like to do is move towards this little cross that is directly in front of Master Xehanort, block the first two meteor strikes, roll backwards and to my right a bit, block the rest of the meteor strikes, and then roll out of the way of the final laser. This works consistently, and you'll see throughout my no damage run that every single time he throws out this move, I will always return to that cross in front of Master Xehanort. Master Xehanort's next move will be to throw out his Keyblade, which will then go into a series of grand magic attacks, first with ice, fire, then lightning. Best way to deal with this attack is to not let him throw it out at all. Just stand close to him and either block the Keyblade or flash step into the Keyblade to send it back at him and give yourself a counter opening. Just be sure that you aren't a little too trigger happy with your counter, because he does do one horizontal slash as soon as the Keyblade reaches back into his hands, and you want to avoid that. So let him throw out that slash and then counterattack. If you miss your opening here, be prepared to deal with a huge volley of grand magic and lasers here. It's not an easy thing to dodge at all, so I highly recommend just blocking that first Keyblade throw and getting your counter in. This first phase Desperation move looks more intimidating than it actually is. It's very formulaic, and I found a pretty consistent way to get through it. You're going to want to start off by dodging to the very edge of the arena here. Block his incoming two shockwaves. Block the first magic bomb he throws at you. Then block the second and third magic bombs and roll immediately out of the way of them to avoid the explosion they leave behind. And then roll out of the way of the fourth magic bomb he throws at you. After you block the second and third magic bomb, you want to move away from being exactly on the edge of the stage, but you still want to stay somewhat close to it. From here, you're going to stay aware of the light pillars circling around the stage, and then you're going to dodge through the next three magic bombs that he sends at you. After you've dodged through those three, be prepared to guard two incoming magic bombs thrown at you at the same time. Roll through as soon as you're done blocking, and then roll through again to avoid the last magic bomb that Master Xehanort throws at you. Stay kind of close to him during this last bomb throw, and then you'll be able to counter him right there. Try and avoid going towards the middle of the stage as well. Try and direct your combo towards the outside of the stage if you don't want to hit by the pillar that's in the middle of the stage. Getting your combo in here will end this DM. Xehanort's next attack is to throw out a couple lasers, a set of 3, a set of 2, and then a set of 2 with an unblockable red laser. Actually, technically all of these are unblockable. All you need to do is kind of dodge away from every single one of these lasers as soon as you see their tips start glowing. Try and move minimally towards the left or right if you're going to dodge in those directions. Just because I've found that if you dodge through one frame of a particular laser, but end your dodge within a different laser, doesn't mean that you are not going to be susceptible to getting hit by that laser that you just dodged into. Whenever you see Master Xehanort start moving towards you with his Keyblade kind of in a ready position, be ready to dodge out of the way of his attack. Chances are that he will either strike down at you or strike up at you, and you have an opening here if he chooses to strike up at you. You can technically block the strike up and the strike down, however, your opening only is available if you dodge roll past the upward strike and get a combo in right there. I know here that it looks like I am blocking the first attack. That's only because I know that he's coming at me with a downward swipe and then an upward swipe. But if you want to be really consistent, I recommend just dodging through anytime you see Master Xehanort kind of moving towards you with that Keyblade in the ready motion. Master Xehanort can throw magic bombs outside of his DM. He'll send off 2 and 1 slash to start off the move, block the first one, and then roll through the second one. Then roll through the next 3 single ones that he throws out, and then air dash towards him when he throws out that last one from far away. And you'll know he's open because he's far away and throwing that last one. So as soon as you dash through it, go ahead and start your own attack. If Master Xehanort throws a magic bomb downwards at you from above, just dodge out of the way of it, and then be prepared for unblockable lasers to come firing at you, as well as for Xehanort to throw a slash at you. What you're going to want to do here is, after you've dodged through that magic bomb, just go ahead and block Xehanort's slash, and reprise immediately to get the iframes in order to avoid the unblockable lasers. This not only lets you avoid the attack, but it also gives you an opening for some damage. If Xehanort starts firing off unblockable red lasers at you, go ahead and dodge through the first 3, and then just as the 4th one is about to fire, go ahead and flash step to Xehanort, who will be in the middle of the stage. This will let you avoid the laser and get your own counterattack opening on him. Master Xehanort's second DM is of course a very long one, so as with all other long DMs that I've covered, we're going to take this in baby steps. Part 1 will have him throw out a set of lasers followed by shadow figures. He's going to repeat that 2 times. So we're going to dodge out of the way of the unblockable lasers and block the shadow figures. So we'll do that 2 times. Next he's going to follow up with chakram hits into a double-edged sword hit. He'll then go into lasers, shadow figures, and after that go into a double-edged sword followed by a chakram hit. The chakram hit can be blocked, however the double-edged sword cannot be. So just be sure to dodge out of the way of that unblockable sword hit, dodge the unblockable lasers, go ahead and block the shadow figures, and then remember that he starts off this part by doing chakram sword hit, but then after the lasers and shadow figures he does the sword hit chakram, so it's inverse there. Also just be aware that the chakram can stun you, which on higher difficulties is pretty much a death sentence, and the double-edged sword, if it connects with you, will reduce your max health to 1 HP. So those are 2 attacks you really don't want to get hit by. Also by now you should have yourself positioned near the edge of the stage. Master Xehanort will follow up with Shadow Strikes, followed by an unblockable laser, another set of Shadow Strikes, and then 2 sets of Magic Bombs. Go ahead and block the Shadow Strikes and dodge out of the way of the laser, and since you're at the edge of the stage here, all you have to do is block the Magic Bombs, and they will detonate well behind you, so you don't have to worry about rolling out of the way of them. From here, he'll throw out a set of unblockable yellow lasers and then an unblockable red laser. Remember when you're dodging out of the way of these to limit your left and right directional inputs to not fall into one of the other lasers that they throw out, and then go ahead and block the shadow clones that he throws out at you. He will then throw out lasers and shadow clones at the same time, and at the end of the shadow clone hits, throw out an unblockable double sword slash. What you're going to want to do here is, as soon as you're done blocking the shadow clones from the last step, jump into the air dash away, and immediately throw up your block. This will let you evade the lasers and then evade the shadow clones, and then as soon as you see Xehanort gearing up his double sword slash, air dash away from him. And that'll be the end of the DM. This will be what it looks like all put together. In the second phase, Master Xehanort can throw out an unblockable red laser along with a magic bomb. You can dodge both of these at the same time and then also dodge his double-edged upward slash. After the upward slash, you have an opening for a combo here. This is a little tricky to dodge just because the bomb and the laser have to be dodged at the same time, but once you get a handle on it, it's pretty consistent. In the second phase, he'll also have 2 melee mix-ups. The first one will be a whip into chakram into a double-edged slash, and then a pause followed by another double-edged slash into 2 chakram hits followed by another double-edged slash. The last hit of the double-edged slash here is something that you can punish, and the whip is also something that you can block. So just be sure that you're dodging out of the way of those unblockable double-edged slashes and you should be fine. The other melee mix-up he has is to do 2 chakram hits followed by a whip hit, followed by another chakram hit into a double edge slash. Remember, the double edge slash is punishable, and it's the very last move in this set. That's going to do it for this last data fight boss guide. What a journey you guys and I have had. Like I mentioned, there's still a couple videos to go, but I just wanted to express my gratitude so much for all the support I've seen from this series alone. The channel grew from like 25 subscribers to close to 300 just from these boss guides, so I can't tell you how much I appreciate the support. So, as always, stay tuned for the No Damage run coming up right now. If you like the video and the series, please consider leaving a like or subscribing to the channel. That's all I got for you guys right now, so I will see you in the next one. Take care.
Judgment! Yes! Yeah! Yeah! Keyblade! Back at you! Back off! Enlighten me! Kingdom Heart! Touch he! Shine! Judgment! Give me power! Back off! Here we go! Give me power! Back off! Go check! Go on! It's over! There! One! No chance! Yeah! Shine! Judgment! Give me power! Be gone! Be gone! Yeah! There! This was not what was written.